Morning, everybody. Jim Adkins here from Adkins Results Coaching. Checking in with you from, well, it's been a little while, hasn't it? From porch outdoors here in this beautiful, beautiful place where I live. I've been gone and off of here for a while. I really don't feel recently like becoming a part of the growing discord that is looming these days. And to be honest with you, I get wrapped up in the news just like anybody else. I get wrapped up in what's going on under the guise or under the first excuse of I want to watch and pay attention to be helpful. What can I do to help? So you pay attention to what's going on and you try to reach out and figure out what can you do to help. At least I did. And in the process of doing that, I've been led astray, and I allow that. It was myself. I did it to myself. You're only responsible for yourself. You can't blame other people. So I got I allowed myself to get wrapped up in what is being fed to us. So I stayed away. So that I didn't do what I just did and ramble about it. But I wanted to come on here and remind people because it's been as things get rolling again and people are starting to move um, and reach out and connect again in my world. What I see and what I'm hearing again reminds me to remind everybody about focus. And where you focus, where you put your energy, that's your life. That's your life. And it's this can be on a grand scale, it can be on a tiny scale. And I can use metaphors and analogies and all this stuff, and I probably will because you know me. But where you focus, what you choose to focus on becomes your reality, becomes your life. Here's a simple metaphor or analogy, an example. Okay, let's say you have a garden, and in your garden you have beautiful flowers, and you take care of those flowers. You learn to grow them. You research and you do the right things, and you plant the right ways, and you pay right attention. But there are bugs and diseases that can kill those flowers. So you start to look at your garden every day, and pretty soon, rather than notice all of beautiful flowers, you start focusing on all the little things that are destroying it or could destroy it or potentially might destroy it if this happened or that happened and the other thing. And you micro focus on all of the bad stuff. Well, pretty soon, that beautiful garden of flowers turns into your battle zone, your war field. You look at it every day with the intent to help the beautiful flowers, but no, instead you're fighting the disease or you're fighting the bugs, and you're destroying not only your garden and what's taking place there, but the real reason and purpose for having that garden maybe in the first place, for its beauty, for the aroma, for the simple peaceful time that you can spend taking care of the garden. Does that make sense? So and this is not just about negative stuff. This is about everything. Your view of the world, your view of other people, your view of yourself. When you reach out to feed your mind and you reach for new information and God bless you, have an open mind and reach for as much information as you can. Most people that are seeking to grow or be better, when they look at something new or they learn something new, they will try to incorporate that in little pieces into their life to see or to feel or to be empathetic with the idea or the thoughts and try to grow that within themselves until they find the point that it doesn't fit, and then they let that go or they change it or they adapt it to who they are. That's smart, right? Well, in the process of doing that, what I notice is that people get wrapped up and they jump on an idea and they make it the end all be all. This has got to be it. Not out of intellectual reflection or intellectual navigation through an idea, but because somebody else said so, or somebody else told me, or somebody else. It's basically the same thing, right? Um, so what I would like to remind you, and I'm going to get off here so I don't start rambling, is that where you focus your energy, your feelings, your passion, your love, that's going to be your experience. So today, amongst everything else that's going on, and listen, I know this has affected a lot of people. It's affected me um, drastically in a lot of areas of my life, and that word drastically has been drug out of me over the last few months because of what I've allowed myself to get wrapped up with, right? So let's change the word drastically. I have also been affected by the things that have been taking place in a lot of areas of my life. So we can, one, choose to focus on all of the destruction or all of the trials or all of the hurdles or the path changing directional whatever it is that's in front of you, or we can choose to look to see what's on the other side of that. What's beyond this? What does this mean for us in a positive manner? What can we do with it? What is this telling us about ourselves? Take time to reflect and remember, what it is you're really about. I think for a lot of people right now, your focus could be what is most important to you. If you can stay away from mob mentality in all directions, from all sides, and go inside to remind yourself what's important to you, what are you really about, what do you stand for, what's the future you want for your kids or your relatives or even yourself. uh, where where are you and where would you like to be? Don't ignore the bugs. Don't ignore the diseases that could take your garden away from you. Let's not try to focus on them so much. Let's do the right things, do what we know is important for us, and focus on the good. Just thought I'd jump on here and try and remind everybody that, mostly for myself, but if it helped you, good. All right. I'll talk to you again. Till the next time, which I don't know when it'll be. On your mark, get set, be happy.